All you can Cage.
Corporate looky-loos.
I'm so sorry, Pat.
They can't hear you.
It's just screeching. I was just thinking 5-paragraph essay would suffice.
That seems inaccurate.
Goddamn, I have goddamn emphysema.
That was spot on.
AYCH network event.
All You Can Cage.
AYCH network event.
All You Can Cage. Be careful, because that bottle cap's over there, and if you step on that, it would hurt like a motherfucker. Yeah, it flew away. And why did I do that? I should have done that while we were recording. Fuck it, it's over.
Well, guess what? We are recording.
I know, I synced it right there.
He synced it.
It pays off to be on this side of the table from time to time.
Yeah.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello.
What's up?
Hi, world.
Oh, nice. I'm so glad you all came today.
Pat,
We have
it's
something
so good
very-
to see you, Jonathan.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Justin.
Congratulations.
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 Yes.
Congratulations with a K.
Yeah.
Because this is an AYCH special. It's a joint feature featuring your pals from AYCH and your pals from Cage and Greatness. And because everybody's on the same shows, this Venn diagram is really just a circle.
Yeah. I was about to say, this is just the Cage and Greatness lineup. This is just us.
But because John and I are sitting in our AYCH seats, and y'all are sitting in guest seats, it's kind of works out.
Yeah. No, I'm usually in the editing seat for KG, but now I'm in the AH guest seat.
Yes.
I'm here again, along for the ride.
Out.
Already opened up my beer, which was not a can. No canned beers in the house right now at the moment.
Was that a bit that you do on AH, or is it just a Cage and Greatness bit?
I'm pretty sure I've done it on both.
Yeah.
fair.
But what?
It's just a canon bit.
That's true.
Well, it's a Conrad Thompson bit, and I stole from him. So
No one's checking sources here.
I know.
Hey,
Thievery is the
good
sincerest form of flattery.
This is true.
The good artists are good, but the great artists steal.
I don't think that's the phrase.
It's close enough. Pablo Picasso,
think it was-
Mr. Woman Beater.
Yeah, he kind of sucked, didn't he?
What is it with like everyone like up until like maybe 1990, and that's or let's say 1985 is just like a dickhead.
Because apparently seeing the first-hand trauma of war just sort of excuses a lot of your personal behavior.
Either that or they were all huffing lead paint.
I think there's just like a greater amount of lead in the air, due to car exhaust and certain paints in building. That's why there's that huge spike of like urban violence in cities, and general rise in serial killers in the mid 70s.
I don't think everybody was awful. Like Jimmy Stewart was a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
I'd have a beer with him.
But now we have glass ball. We can do this.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that those didn't shatter. That would have been the funniest goddamn thing.
No.
We just clink our beers full power.
Fucking Justin.
It's like, you ever high-fived a couple of glass bottles of beer, bro? Boom! Stone Cold shows up for some reason, and it's a good time.
Yeah, the alternate universe where Stone Cold does his thing, but instead of beers, it's 2 glass bottles.
He still
mean, it's
glass
beer.
is still being pushed out of his hands every day.
Hurts every time.
All the day.
Well, we're not talking about, urban violence or alcoholistic wrestlers. We're talking about brutal violence and a lot of hot takes, because we're discussing Mortal Kombat 2021 tonight.
Yes, we
Yes,
are.
Yes, we are.
And I think we'll go into the Cage and Greatness favor, and where we'll go around the room. Each one will give their immediate thoughts on the film, and then we'll get into the little details. And if you would be so kind, John, start us off with your quick review.
I thought it was pretty good. Nothing mind-blowing, except for the fights. The fights were pretty sick, not gonna lie. But the main character dude sucks. I'm sorry, I do not like the OC for this movie.
OC, do not steal. Or would it be okay, because it's original character?
okay.
Because everything is spelled with a K for no reason.
I don't know.
Because of the combats with a K.
Wait,
But-
so is this going to be abbreviated AYKH?
Yes.
I'm down for that.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a
sick.
genius.
Sick, bro.
But yeah, pretty mediocre to good movie with really garbage protagonist. He's boring. Plank had more personality than him.
Can? With a K?
Oh, that's right. It's spelled with a K today. So, Mortal Kombat, my honest opinion, it is... I got everything I wanted out of it. Out of a Mortal Kombat movie, that is. Of course, not a perfect movie by any means. I had a really good time with it, though, and I have things to say about it, and that's what this show is for, and we will get to the nitty-gritty. I gave it 3.5 stars, I believe.
Yeah, I
On
think that's what
Letterboxd?
you give it.
Oh, I gave it just a straight 3.
Yeah. I almost gave it a 3, but like I thought back on certain moments and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to give it a half because that is cool.
It
It's
deserves a
fun.
little something more.
Yeah.
A little panache.
Little
All right.
bit of sprinkles.
Jim?
Well, I having seen the original Mortal Kombat in theaters as a youngling, I had high hopes for this because I love the original. I don't speak of Annihilation
Why not?
because it's dog shit.
It is pretty bad.
The only good thing is James Remar trying to act and failing, even though he's a good actor. He's the one who replaced Christopher Lambert as Raiden.
Okay.
But
God, Raiden was one of the best things about the OG Mortal Kombat.
yeah, Christopher Lambert's incredible. I love that man.
He knew what movie he was
He's the
in.
fucking
Oh,
Highlander.
yes.
So Mortal Kombat 2021, I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I gave it 4 stars. It was everything I wanted it to be, plus a little bit more. The only reason it wasn't 5 stars is a lack of Johnny Cage. But you know,
Yeah.
these things
Spoilers, obviously.
I've read several interviews with the directors and writers, and some things I'll bring up later, which makes it understandable even if I don't like it. But yeah, solid 4 stars for me. I rewatched it in the interim between when we watched it and recording it now, and it held up just as well.
Nice.
Can't believe over a weekend of difference didn't change your mind.
Well, watching it twice in 3 days, yeah, just honestly, I almost raised it up to 4.5 stars. But I think 4 is a good solid place.
4 is solid. And as for me, I gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it. There's definitely some like sort of kind of flat moments, but I think the action was solid, very surprising in a lot of places, and I think it's a fun movie. It's nothing mind blowing, but it's a solid film. And I may or may not have an attraction to Sub-Zero now.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
But
Nice.
fucking Scorpion was a daddy.
I mean, literally a daddy.
Well, I mean, yeah, not as much of one after that opening. He was like half the daddy that he used to be. His family dead.
Dad.
Babality. Honestly, 0 out of 10. There were no friendships and there were no babalities. I'm fucking. This is bullshit.
I wanted to see Raiden summon a mini Raiden and start dancing.
I didn't see some rando popping out of the corner going,
But getting into it.
really? Nothing? Fuck y'all. I hate it. Toasty. Was it Toasty?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was both.
I just thought it was just like some shit.
Yeah, no,
Toasty?
Yeah, it was Toasty first, and then there was also Whoopsie in a couple later games, if I remember correctly.
Whoopsie. Pussy.
But I don't think that was mentioned. But
No,
yes.
no, John, you're wrong. It's Bussy.
Pussy.
Oh, my pussy hurts.
Oh, my pussy hurts.
I don't know what's going on. And I'm
Now,
pretty-
see,
You don't have to know.
But you're on the TikTok, Shim.
I don't
the
see all
TikTok.
of the. I'm on like the musical and sketch comedy comic book side of TikTok. I'm away from all your thirst traps and your teenage people in houses who have Netflix deals, even though they're sexual predators.
Well, that does happen. But
Yeah.
in case you're wondering, Jim, bussy means boy pussy.
Does it?
Yes. It's for people who want to have sex in a man's butt.
But there's
Butt
already
sex.
a word for that. That's what it's called. It's called.
But the thing is bussy's funny.
And language is evolving, Jim. Get with the times.
I don't like anything about what's going on right now.
I have made people cry laugh by saying "bussy" at work, and it's
My bussy quiver.
like they had to stop. They had to stop me and be like, "Wait, what did you say? Is your bussy okay?"
It's like, are you mad? My bussy popped severely, and yours doesn't.
He's angry about my injured bussy.
I've never felt so old among people near my age.
And then Canon 2 years later. And that's how I lost my job at insert restaurant.
Like 2 years later, Jesus Christ, that would make 5 years. Like, fuck, I can't believe I didn't like headbutt somebody sooner.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Tomorrow might be a new day for popping headbutt cherries.
Could be.
Yeah.
Just make sure you hit the side of your head, not the straight forehead to forehead. You're aiming for their temple.
I'm going with the giraffe motion.
Uh-huh.
I'm swinging my whole fucking head in a ring.
I feel like that might telegraph what you're doing.
like an uppercut, but with my noggin.
I don't know if that's the best
They
idea.
really called for uppercuts in this movie, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Well, I loved how they spammed the low kick on Kano. That was hilarious. That sweep kick there were so many of those fun little nods. I mean, because I've played the first Mortal Kombat on my Super Nintendo as a youngster. Because again, my parents didn't give a shit. So yeah, I've loved this series since I was a child. So seeing all the spammy stuff and the fatalities and the references to things is awesome.
Because I will say that I wanted to bridge the gap because, like, as someone who is a very casual enjoyer of Mortal Kombat, I still had a good time with the film. I know, like, the basics of the series and, like, some recognizable characters, and was curious, like, how, like, more seasoned fans would appreciate the film. And we'll get into it, but this episode does seem to be a bit of a pocket of positivity in the sort of very turbulent sea of takes about Mortal Kombat 2021.
Yeah, I'm so confused why so many people don't like it. Like some of these assholes saying that it's worse than Annihilation.
And that
Fuck
is
you.
dog fucking garbage.
It's like the people said Last Jedi's worse than the prequels. Also, fuck you.
I can't
No,
believe that is a
no.
thought that came through their
I remember
skulls.
hearing it when that fucking movie came out, and everyone's like, "Yeah, Phantom Menace is better." I'm like, "Have y'all watched Phantom Menace recently?"
Would you happen to have any
Like,
of those
you
hot
remember that
takes
time we
saved,
watched
Pat?
it for the show?
Yeah, I have vivid memories of us watching it and heckling it for the first 30 minutes and then for the next 5 hours wishing we were dead.
Because God, that movie made me tired. I don't think I've been more wore out by a movie than watching
That was tough.
Wait, what movie?
the Phantom Menace.
Which we recorded in our Star Wars File series. Go back and check that out on the AYCH feed.
Recorded that in my
Archives.
living room.
Yeah.
That is true.
And it
I wasn't even there.
sucked. Oh, that was not a fun day.
But well, since you're on the topic, we'll just sort of get into it. No, I didn't bring me any specific criticism because I didn't want to dox anybody.
I mean, you don't have to say their name. You can just say it anyway.
We can edit them out. Say the name.
You're saying some of these people we know.
I mean, it's more like there might be some people that I'm mutuals with online,
Yeah.
but
Whose ass do I need to kick? Somebody getting a fatality in the face.
But I was going to say, much in the same fashion, I don't know what people were looking for because just sort of the general gist of what I've seen, it's been like 70% negative to intensely negative
Jesus Christ.
and 30% positive. You
That-
know, I enjoyed it.
That kind of surprises me. That really surprises me,
Like,
actually.
are they
I mean,
expecting Othello?
It's not-
Like, it's not Shakespeare.
it's not perfect. I mean, I'll go ahead and at least get my gripes out of the way, just to get them on with you. Like we said earlier, there's like an OC character, like brand new, made up just for this movie.
He is the POV character, sort of, I guess to help acclimate new people to the setting.
Yeah, and see, I read an interview with the writer. The reason there's an OC character is because the studio demanded it. They wanted a bland, milquetoast character to guide the audience through all the sea of fucking weirdos. So that's why they did that.
Well, Warner Brothers, you can get fucked.
I don't get why movie studios, I don't know, make decisions, because apparently, 9 out of 10 of them are fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least 9 out of 10 out of the ones we hear.
This guy, what was his name? Cole something?
Young.
Cole
Yeah.
Young.
Now the actor's not bad. The actor's good.
He's not bad. He's not
given enough to do.
He's not
He's
Jake
not
from
giving jack shit to do. He's just like,
He's a good fighter though.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know he played Shatterstar in Deadpool 2.
Oh, that's funny. That's great.
Yeah. So
That's
he
awesome.
can clearly act when he's given something to do, because even those just 30 seconds of him being an asshole were hilarious in
Yeah.
Deadpool 2. And then he died viciously.
Shout out to Louis Tan.
It was this guy was good. He wasn't
He was probably doing the best with what he was given.
he wasn't Jake from State Farm from Jiu-Jitsu bad.
But yeah, you'd have to try to be that bad.
Yeah.
Which you can listen to that review on the Cage of Greatness feed.
Archives.
Plug and Pat.
But there's that, because he turns out I guess is the descendant of
Scorpion. Yeah.
Yes. And
You know how you solve this? You put fucking Scorpion in the movie.
you
God
see,
damn it.
because again, at the very beginning of the movie, Scorpion fucking dies and goes to hell.
I mean, that's kind of how that goes.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, why not give us that fucking story instead of the studio hey, let's invent this character for no goddamn reason. I want to see that story.
Well, the studio said when they greenlit the movie, we need a brand new OC character for the POV stuff. And then everything after that, the writers just did the best they could. Because, they started from a place of brand new guy.
Yeah.
And so they made him, he's a pretty normal MMA dude. But they had to kind of make him as bland as possible so that the rest of the characters pop more. Because the whole point of the POV character is, was designed for new fans. Who don't really know what's going on. So they're supposed to identify with this dude who, the fuck do you mean that fella can shoot fire out of his hands? That guy's got 4 arms and is grumpy looking.
Okay, I could understand that if this movie came out, 30 years ago. But we got Guardians of the goddamn Galaxy. I think mainstream audiences can follow fucking Mortal Kombat.
But to be fair,
Yeah.
Guardians introduced all those characters as if they were brand new. And before the movie came out, no one expected Guardians to be a hit. Nobody knew who the fuck the Guardians were. That was readily apparent. Because back then, when you said Guardians of the Galaxy, most of the comic people thought of the original team that was played by Stallone and Michael Rooker, those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, your point of view character for that one's Peter Quill. Because he's in space, sure, but he's also a normal dude.
Yeah,
but that
there are similar. You know what I'm fucking trying to say.
Simeon.
Yeah.
Similar type of normie characters within the roster they could have pulled from.
Yeah.
Some people could say they could have made
hell,
Sonya.
we got the list right in fucking
Yeah.
front of us. We might as well just scroll.
Yeah, Sonya, make her a more POV character.
Or
Well, you're talking about a studio making a female the lead of a Mortal Kombat game. That's even less likely than them thinking, oh, okay, a new character is not a good idea. And we followed Liu Kang in the first one.
Yes.
The reason you don't have Johnny Cage in this one is because Kano as a character is so over the top and egotistical that they tried to fit Johnny Cage in, the writer did, but with Kano being there having basically the same personality but evil, it was just too much. So you have to have Kano in there for the Sonya story, and that's why Johnny got cut out. So you can't use him as your main POV normal guy, and it's just everything else just didn't going to work quite as well.
Kano was also fantastic in this movie. That
he's
actor,
great.
bravo.
I think honestly,
Anybody have his name
Kano
pulled
is
up?
one of the best things about this movie.
Yes.
However, I could see someone being really annoyed, and I wouldn't think. I wouldn't think less of him.
I would say Kane. I did think Kanan was funny, but there were definitely moments he was walking a razor's edge for being too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like this, you felt like he was too quippy at times, or it was this is very intentionally. We're making it funny right now, but
Yeah.
I feel like he still has some good moments. They're kind of balance out the ones okay, you're kind of overloaded me right
I
now.
believe.
Yeah, they could have cut out some of the a couple clunkers, and that would probably make that go a little smoother.
I think I read somewhere that they let that actor just like freehand that shit.
Yeah, he pretty
Just
much just
ad-libbed the whole
improv
thing.
half the shit that he did.
I can see that.
And that's like I don't have an issue with the director or the writers and Cole Young as a protagonist because it's the studio. I blame the studio.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a little more
you can still
forgiving
have a
for
problem with the movie because the studio made the movie.
Yeah, but I'm just explaining why I'm a little more forgiving.
Yeah.
Because, just thinking about the idea that we had an Asian protagonist back in 94 in the first one
Yeah.
is shocking, And so there's no way they're going to let Sonya be the protagonist or Liu Kang or Kung Lao or even Scorpion because they wanted at least a almost Caucasian sort of lead. Because Louis Tan, while Asian, still presents pretty white. And that was honestly probably one of the sticking points for their casting, too, because the studios are generally racist bastards.
They usually are.
Yeah.
And granted, like, there's certain characters, like, if you were to make Scorpion the protagonist, obviously it's going to be a different story.
Yeah.
But, it's also 2021. I could see them easily doing Liu Kang as, once again, the sort of POV character. Mm-hmm. Or, honestly, with Mortal Kombat, even people who aren't familiar with the series know what Mortal Kombat is.
Well, they probably know Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Or you know, a general tone of what Mortal Kombat is.
Right.
I think you, if you're already, intentionally going to be I'm going to watch Mortal Kombat, you should be pretty on board with most anything.
Yeah, but see, the studios don't plan for stuff like that. They think that the people who are going to see it because they're fans of Mortal Kombat are going to see it regardless. So their goal is to get these new people in, and that's why they have the milquetoast POV protagonist.
Well, yeah, and I completely understand that.
And
I just think it's stupid.
No, that's fair. Yeah. Dude's a good fighter, though.
Like y'all are saying, he's not a terrible actor or anything. I just wish he was given more to do, honestly.
Yeah.
But I did want to get into the actual, while we're here, talk about the fighting, because one of the criticisms I was seeing that a lot of people felt the fighting wasn't up to snuff. Some people felt like the fights were better in the original. They felt like there were more fights in the original. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the criticism, I kind of feels like they have this romanticized notion of the 1995 version, and I kind of feel like while it's not a good movie, it's entertaining. But I kind of feel like this film, it's it's more, I don't know, substantive, because it kind of feels like they put more thought into it. They actually have Asian actors in it, for one, and two, I feel like the fights were better. I remember seeing the original Mortal Kombat as a kid, and I kind of feel like this stood out to me more. This felt like more Mortal Kombat because they were hamstrung by a PG-13 rating back in the day.
Yeah, I like that movie as much as anybody, but even with rose-tinted glasses, there's still a lot wrong with that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we watched it right now, it'd probably be we'd probably nitpick it to hell and back.
Yeah, that movie's doo-doo, but it's fun doo-doo.
Yeah.
It's one of the best video game adaptations.
Especially of its time.
Yeah.
And now, I'll say it, I think we got a better one.
Yeah, no,
honestly, I don't see how that's a controversial take. Because
I don't think it is.
No.
You'd be very surprised.
You know what? Come at me, motherfuckers.
Well, the first one, though, they did test screenings and they complained that there weren't enough fights. So they added the Liu Kang reptile fight after the fact.
Yeah, and that
I
is
forgot
really
reptile was
fucking
even
bad.
Yeah.
That's some of the worst CG in that. With a movie with a lot of bad CG.
Yeah. You see, it's weird because it's a mixed bag. This movie has really good CG and also really shitty CG.
You can tell where they spent their money.
Sub-Zero. That's where they spent all their money.
Because they knew he was a marquee character. And he would be in all the trailers. So
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. He was going to be in all the trailers. So they had to make sure all his stuff was as crisp as possible.
And they signed him to a 4-picture deal if they get sequels made.
This is true.
I'll get to that in just a sec. But it does feel a little bad for stuff like Liu Kang. His fire effects were definitely not as sort of.
It was those Halloween decorations where it's like a little piece of fabric that flaps with a fan, and it's just a red light that makes you think it's fire. That's what I thought of when I saw Liu Kang's fire little trick that he did in the movie.
Yeah, and like Goro was fine.
I thought Goro looked good. I've seen much worse. Much worse.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why they had that fight set at night to hide some of the worst like CGI.
Yeah,
bits
and it was
to
only in certain shots where I was like, "Ooh, that's a little rough." But,
No, go ahead.
but I will say that is probably one thing I do miss about the original Mortal Kombat was, as bad as it is, I love Puppet Goro.
I read somewhere that thing was really difficult to deal with because
I can imagine.
it almost tipped over like 1,000 times.
Yeah, because it was a dude with his head was around Goro's belly button, and the whole top half was puppeteer, while the dude was just walking around. But I mean, those fights, they were choreographed completely differently than the ones here, because the ones here, they have powers they can use, so that's going to be a big part of it. Whereas the first one, we're all remembering it through rose-colored glasses because it's largely hand-to-hand fights with very few camera cuts. And even in the modern action sensibility of like looking at you, Christopher Nolan, with a cut every half second, the Mortal Kombat ones stand out because those were actual martial artists doing actual martial arts. And a lot of that is the same in this one, just with fireballs and laser eyes and shit.
Yeah. Well, in a more updated, just sort of action choreography sensibility.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can definitely tell this is post John Wick.
Yeah.
I mean, every so often there'll be a movie that sort of changes the game and how action's in a movie, and like everything else is sort of responding to that for better or for worse. But like, as sort of maybe dodgy as the reptile scene was, I did think there were some kind of cool things they did with it. Like I liked how when he turns invisible, you sort of see like this sort of heat scan like go over like his like circulatory system as he sort of fades into like invisibility.
Wait, are we talking about the reptile fight in 2021 or the Liu Kang fight in Reptile in 95?
I thought you were talking about 2021 Reptile.
I was talking about Liu Kang in 94.
I got my wires crossed.
Whoops-a-daisies.
Because like if it was 2021, it was like, oh yeah, the reptile scene was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I loved his Nickelodeon green cat he spat.
That was fun.
And to your point earlier, Shim, about Joe Taslim being signed, who plays Sub-Zero, signed to 4 more films, that will lead to a criticism I do think is valid with the film. It does feel like they took a portion of the film to set up potential sequels, and where they could have put that into the actual film. Like I thought they're leading up to the actual tournament in the film, but that is apparently set aside for a possible sequel.
Yeah, they talk about the actual Mortal Kombat tournament a lot in this film, but here's the thing, it never happens.
Well, the same interview I saw with the writer earlier today, in fact, he explains that too. They were afraid that if they just went with the standard tournament, rigmarole, that it would feel like a rehash of the original. And they wanted to do something new that was updated but still in the spirit of Mortal Kombat. Especially when you remember that for the largest part of the last 5 games, the tournament hadn't meant shit in the Mortal Kombat games. It's about changing time and undead Liu Kangs and evil Raidens and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm like Pat, pretty casual when it comes to the games of Mortal Kombat. I really didn't start playing them until around... before I had 9, I had, and I will defend this game, goddammit, because it was fun. Fucking Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Come at me.
It was a good
I
time.
don't fucking care.
It was a good game.
And, but when it comes to, how the story goes, I really didn't know much about it other than, the 2 original movies from back in the day. So, but still, I knew what I was getting into, and it scratched the itch.
I'm sorry that I thought the movie was fine. I mean, it's like going back before. I don't know what people were wanting or expecting, because I've seen people say "Oh, I was a lifelong Mortal Kombat fan. I grew up with it as a kid. I felt so let down because this movie doesn't have the same sort of impact as this game stories does. It have the same characterization, the depth of their character in the games.
I'm going to stop you right there. I love Mortal Kombat. Do not get me wrong. This is one of my favorite fighting game series. But God, is the story in the games like doo-doo garbage.
Yeah, they're not good. The stories are shit. Nobody cares about the stories, really.
I mean, like, and that's with any fighting game. You don't give a shit about the story. You only want to see shit dudes fight.
Yeah. Like, it's cutscenes between punching some dude in the face. That's all it is.
Like, I will say, Nines was pretty good.
Yeah, like, for fighting game stories, the Mortal Kombat ones are definitely in the top tier.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But like almost all fighting game stories are doo-doo.
Yeah, I mean, like...
They're just the excuse for, like, people to fight. I mean...
Yeah, that's all it is. So, like, the idea that... this has ruined my love of Mortal Kombat and the great epic tales that were woven throughout those games.
Oh, fuck off.
It was a great epic tale.
Also, too, like, I mean, I could kind of understand that if they did not get the characters right. But for the most part, at least the characters that matter, I felt they were handled excellently.
And plus, when you think about the old Mortal Kombat, like, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, they're known for their epic rivalry, they're just sort of like brainwashed mooks, and their sort of relationship isn't really acknowledged in the old films. Not really.
Yeah, no, it's vaguely mentioned in a voiceover by Shang Tsung in the first one. Whereas this one, like, this is what it is, you know? I've even seen some people saying, well, how could they turn Sub-Zero into a bad guy?
He was a bad
he was.
guy.
The first Sub-Zero was the bad guy, and he became Noob Saibot, and his younger brother, Kuai Liang, became the second Sub-Zero that everybody loves. So that's just, like, the people bitching about the story are the ones who don't fucking know the story.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, and plus, I'm not going to, like, take away anything from anyone who enjoys the games and and enjoys the story,
but with them.
You know, they're fun.
Just don't act like it's goddamn Citizen Kane.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, even my cursory knowledge of Mortal Kombat story, like, it's silly, convoluted, and nonsensical. So I'm not going to sit here and say that it has, like, gravitas and pathos.
Yeah, the most recent one was time travel related.
And in a series that's already had a lot of time travel anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, and some people are complaining about those minor characters like General Rico and Nitara and Cabal, who are well known for, well, except for, like, Rico's in one game. He was in Mortal Kombat 4.
Which one was that?
The guy with the hammer.
Yeah,
Nathan Jones?
Yeah. And
Garbage.
Nitara was in Deadly Alliance. That was it. And Cabal is known for having a gas mask and hook swords and not liking Kano.
Which I will say, for someone who barely remembers Cabal from the games, like, I like how that character looked. He had a cool voice.
Yeah.
The voice sounded familiar. I couldn't place it, but, like, I liked the look. And, like, also, Nitara is like a little tiny also-ran character, but she got fucking got in this movie. Like, that was legit fatality.
What was that? Kung Lao?
Yeah,
like
the
buzzsaw.
Like table saw?
Man, I saw a fucking meme about it today, but it's the truth. Give my boy fucking Kung Lao some goddamn credit in this movie. That was some shit, buddy.
They pulled that motherfucker from the game.
That was Kung Lao.
Yeah.
Like, because let's get to the fun stuff. We talked a lot about the bullshit already. Like, I thought, Kung Lao pitched perfect. He looked great. He did a great job. It's sad that he didn't make it out, but, like, he was still really good.
Well, I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. He's probably coming back.
That is true.
That soul could have been sucked up, and everything's going to be
The
fine.
guy who voiced Cabal was the one who played Charles Manson in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, that guy.
Still haven't seen that movie.
Not what I was thinking it was from, but anyhow. And Shang Tsung, he looked great. That was Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
Thin body, but he was ripped to shit.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of his costume in the movie, but that's just like a subjective.
I guess, as someone who doesn't know, like, what really is his costume other than that's really iconic other than his, like, red headband?
Well, I mean, like, I feel like
That's
it was
Liu
all
Kang. You said Shang Tsung.
Oh, excuse me.
Liu Kang had the red
I think I
headband.
meant Liu Kang to begin
Yeah.
with. Excuse me.
okay,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I was like,
You're talking to someone who's trying to remember characters and names that he doesn't know that well.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Liu Kang is the lead Fireball dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Spencer's Gifts Fire guy.
Yeah, Liu Kang was fucking perfect.
Cancel me for being like a Fairweather fan. Come at me.
Well, I guess Pat's canceled. So, what we no, I'm kidding.
Well, God, that means we're down to you, Cannon. The rest of us have been canceled.
No. We start over with every episode.
Yeah, it
Do we?
restarts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm now the host of All You Can
Wait a minute.
All You Can Combat.
The opening, I can't believe I didn't mention already. The opening scene alone was just like, I was ready for all the fucking epicness after that scene. I was like, God damn, that
so
was good.
That
So
was
good.
that was a
super good.
killer opening.
Scorpion just fucking everybody up until Sub-Zero was like, nope.
He fucks right up back. Like when Scorpion threw his spear whip at that one guy and just ganked him on top of his head, just like Shawn
man.
Michaels' head plant.
It's like, not only am I going to just spike you through your head, I'm going to throw your ass down to the ground head first and break your neck, even though you're already dead.
They're going to
excuse
make
me.
damn sure he's dead.
Because they definitely did not skimp on the violence in
No.
this one.
Well, the
Oh,
cool
man.
thing is they released that opening scene beforehand, like put it out on the internet, those 9 minutes, and pre-sale tickets just exploded as soon as they did.
Well, I mean,
Because the movie's made money.
oh, yeah.
It exceeded expectations by about 10 million last I saw.
Oh, wow.
And I will say that probably that opening sequence is the best part of the movie. Not to shit on the rest of the movie, but
But
Yeah.
probably like
but that is like,
the best extended sequence of the film.
yeah. And I mean, you could probably.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Sorry, my Jimmy brought a cursed chair to the house and it just buckled a little bit.
Well, it's only fair for that one time you broke my chair at the shop like 4 years ago. I've been planning this for this long.
Playing the long game, aren't you,
If
Shem?
this fucking breaks in the middle of the show, we got to get you another chair.
Yeah. This seems like a good time for an intermission here on All You Can Cage. Because I'm going to call it that just
We
to irritate
will-
Pat.
There's not one in the garage, is it?
So, yeah.
Is there still one upstairs?
Enjoy whatever random bullshit we put here. Thanks. That's right. That was spot on.
Well, welcome back, everyone. I have a stable chair that won't endanger my life.
I'm sitting on a goddamn amplifier. I'm having the best day. You know what? I went to work this morning.
But I will thank Ken for sacrificing his ass so the show can continue.
Oh man, I went to work today. Got home, fucking fought people with fists at Walmart for groceries, and then got here and totally forgot we had to record. And this is what I get: this fucking line 6 throne of ass hurt. I love it. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Ken, would you say your bussy hurts?
My bussy hurts. Ow.
Wait, was that part of the first, or was that outside bit?
No, that was in the.
Yeah, that was in the show
recorded.
proper, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't in the
Pussy is
first,
in.
like, 7 minutes that we had to completely scrap that we're not talking about.
Yeah. Hashtag my bussy hurts. Hashtag wash it after.
Yeah. Hashtag release the Cage cut.
Also, shave your butt.
I've never once shaved my ass.
I used to shave my ass during high school when I played football.
Be more aerodynamic.
No, my pads would catch the ass hairs and it hurt like hell. Like, it would pinch it all out, and so it wasn't fun.
You know, maybe I will edit this episode after all.
All right, we were talking about what? All the good things about Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, the good
The
things.
fights and the
There were like
characters.
9 or 10 of us who shaved our asses for football.
I mean, I'm not saying
I mean,
it's,
I'm not saying shaving your ass is weird. I'm just saying I've never done it.
and
I've done it. It makes wiping so much easier.
The only
for as a person who shits a lot, that is a plus to strive for.
He's not wrong.
and we're keeping that in. Don't cut that. No, don't cut that.
No, there's no edits. We've already
This
established
is
that.
staying in, bitch.
And it's in.
you know what? Mazel for being so generous with your content. Usually people have to pay for this sort of information about their host.
Well, just wait until we start the Cage and Greatness OnlyFans. The plan is I'm going to start off naked, and the more people pay me, the more clothes I put on.
Got you.
I think it'll work like gangbusters.
Oh my god!
So positives about Mortal Kombat.
So we've already mentioned it, but like almost all of the CGI and awesome moments involving Sub-Zero, like when Jax like blasts that shotgun, and I mean, granted, now that I think about it, most of the awesome parts were in the trailer of this fucking movie. Because like when he shoots the gun and like the beads are just slowing down because of the ice.
Yeah.
That was in the trailer.
I mean, they planned it that way. Sub-Zero is, like I said, is the like signature character of the series, so obviously they want to showcase him, and so all of his stuff looks the best.
Jax, ultimately getting his arms frozen and then crushed, disintegrated, and then he just got kicked off of this roof and hit his head on the way down. I thought if I hadn't seen the trailers, I would have been like, oh, he's dead.
Like
And then he got skinny
dead.
robot arms before he got big robot arms.
He fucking bounced off that one ledge, and that's like, how is he not dead?
And I forgot, there's also a magical birthmark that gives you superpowers.
You know
in
what?
this
I mean,
universe.
as far as adding powers in, if that seems a fine enough way
You
to
know,
go.
I didn't hate it. I mean, I'll talk shit about it all day.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. In fact, when you gave me that, when you texted me the other day, you was like, "Oh man, I got this weird
Dragon birthmark.
dragon birthmark on my." I didn't even catch that because I'm a moron. But
And also, if you kill somebody with the birthmark, you get the
and then
birthmark.
you get it. It's weird.
Yeah.
How do the rules of the birthmark work?
Well, it transferred through Scorpion's family, which is why Cole Young was born with it.
Yes.
Also the Maybelline. But everybody else, like, it just shows up and gets passed from whoever kills who, because that's the champion of Earth for that point. They never explained who starts off with the thing.
There's a lot of champions of Earth then.
Well, that's why they kept dying. So there's not that many, but there should have been a bunch more.
And I guess if there are sequels possibly to come. And plus, I did enjoy how they, like you said, they had the little Easter eggs there. Like forgive me for not knowing their names, but the indigenous character and
Nightwolf, right?
Nightwolf, yeah.
and the Aztec Mayan
Kotal
character.
Khan.
Yes. So they had little nods to them.
And the mural of the great Kung Lao, the original champion of Earthrealm, is the bald fella with the spikes on his wrists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whom
young Kung Lao was named after.
the weird motion comic crystalline portraits they have on the canyon temple that they always say in.
Yeah.
A much cooler canyon temple than the one from Jiu-Jitsu.
That's
Yeah.
very
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
It's almost like Jiu-Jitsu was just a bad Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. It was
Like I said,
yeah.
we
I mean, there was a dragon tattoo birthmark in it.
we joked. I know I joked and said that like that was Mortal Kombat Annihilation Nick Cage edition. So
Yeah. I don't know if I would say it was worse than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Because Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which I have watched recently,
Yeah.
like within the last year and a half,
Yeah.
it's dog shit. Like it's not even
Like Neil
fun.
Breen levels of bad.
Like it's bad. It's not even
That's
so bad. It's
bad?
good. It's
Going
bad.
back? Ooh.
Like the only good
Hot
thing,
take.
the only good thing about Annihilation is some of the fight scenes are good. The ones that involve actual fighters, because Robin Shao was the fight choreographer for the second one, who played Liu Kang.
Yep.
And it's like some of the fight scenes were really good, and some of them were garbage.
Yeah.
Because like the people you could tell can't fucking fight, like James Remar,
Who's that again?
the guy who replaced Christopher Lambert
Oh,
as
yeah.
Raiden. Yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of it was
Dexter's
bad.
dad.
You know, I never watched Dexter.
I watched it twice. Watched it all the way through. Loved it. The second time I saw where it started to jump the shark.
Yeah. Are you excited about the movie return they're doing?
Yes, because it ended fucking horribly.
Yeah, I guess what I keep hearing.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember Shao Kahn
Yeah.
from Annihilation.
Okay, you bring this up. What are we looking at right now?
That's Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat Annihilation facing fake Raiden.
Yes, all the memes that have been coming out saying like one ticket
Faden.
for Mortal Kombat, please. And I will say
He's a very small Shao Kahn.
No, he was a big dude. That was just a weird angle. Like the guy played him. He was known for being on X-Files. He has a very distinctive face. I'm trying to remember who he was, but that dude's not a small man.
I don't know if this is what they were going for, but
Brian Thompson.
Thank you.
You know how bad Outworld looked in Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
Yeah.
Like in that very scene?
Yeah, it looked like the desert.
Yeah, like the chroma key and bullshit and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, like, I loved how it was pretty much the same, like, shade of, like, grayish blue, but it looked 10 times fucking better.
So much.
Yes. I don't know if they did that on purpose to be like, haha, look at this shit, but I thought that was funny. I don't know if Kano ever had, like, Superman laser eye powers in the games, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, in the game, his face got fucked up, so he had it replaced with metal with a laser eye.
Yeah.
So like the original Mortal Kombat, that was the actual look, and it could shoot lasers. Yeah.
He was a cyborg, even though in this one they're magic.
Yeah, it's like the Power Ranger reboot that happened. Oh, you found these coins. Oh, we got these powers. Oh, you got this birthmark. Well, eventually, when the plot needs it, you're gonna get superpower.
I do think it's funny how OC Cole kind of got like double powers because his power is that he gets this Black Panther-esque armor where as you hit it, it sort of absorbs the like power of the blow and sort of redirects that. And then if you do it enough times, he gets these Tonfa blades, which that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was neat. Yeah.
But he's a very competent martial artist, so even though the costume itself looked a little dodgy, he still did the best he could.
Yeah.
So kudos to Louis Tan once again.
It was throughout the movie, Jax is getting his replacement arms, and they're not quite up to snuff as they are. And when the plot needs him to save Sonya, was it?
Yeah, she was stuck under a rock.
Yeah, like lift the rock up, like just like fucking Megazord arms out of nowhere.
That was pretty sweet.
And I think I didn't. Yeah, I think we cheered. I think I definitely cheered.
I mean,
it was stupid, cheesy, fucking dumb fun, and I had a ball.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's exactly what a Mortal Kombat movie would be, because you can't have people say like fatality and flawless victory.
That was hilarious.
Like in earnest, and expect that to be like,
sorry,
have any
not
sort of
silly.
Yeah, I mean, there's no movie where you've got that guy playing Kano ripping out a giant Komodo dragon fighter's heart and saying Kano wins, that wins an Oscar. It's not going to be Orson Welles.
I don't know. It's getting my nomination.
Yeah, 2022 Oscars. Mortal Kombat better be on there. God damn it!
I mean, honestly, I think it's the best movie I've seen all year from this year. So
even better than Godzilla vs. Kong.
No, never mind.
I was about to say, wow, really?
Like, I loved Mortal Kombat, but I adored Godzilla Kong. I'm sorry, Kong Godzilla.
No, it was Godzilla Kong.
I think I had Kong versus Godzilla and Mortal Kombat with the same score. Oh, wait, shit. Godzilla versus Kong.
I will say, even though I'm getting more flashbacks to the Godzilla versus Kong discourse in the same way, I don't know what you fucking expected. These people are aggravating me. But by the same token, the people who do enjoy this film and enjoy Godzilla versus Kong, there is like a certain camaraderie there, because like we both these parties are we both enjoy this film that just has an awful lot of shit talking around it. That's really just fun action explosion bullshit.
It reminds me of when I saw Pacific Rim in the theaters, and I love Pacific Rim, the first one. We don't talk about the second one.
It was not what I wanted.
The first Pacific Rim, I'm in line to watch this thing by myself because I'm a fucking nerd. And there's this couple behind me in line, and the dude walks off, and the girl's bored and apparently wants to talk to me for some reason. I don't know. But she's like, I just don't understand what this movie's supposed to be about. And I said, well, it's giant monsters versus giant robots. What more do you want? And then her boyfriend came back, and she said, but really, I don't understand what this movie's about. And he said, it's giant robots versus giant monsters. I explained this to you. I was like, yeah, see, that's what you're here for. That's what you want. And you watch the movie, and that's what you fucking get, and it's perfect. So, like to judge the movies like these event films that are very specific on anything other than what they present to you is ridiculous. To say I didn't like Mortal Kombat because I thought the acting was subpar. I expected Tom Hanks Like, no, fuck you. This is Mortal Kombat.
Hey, Tom Hanks' riding would be sick.
I
will not hear otherwise.
What if Tom Hanks is Johnny Cage? He's just a nice guy instead of an arrogant douchebag.
No, I like my Raiden idea better.
No, see, like that's a bit I want to get to the set where we fantasy cast a Mortal Kombat with just like S tier actors, but in a sec.
Sure, I'm down.
We'll say that for the end. But I just appreciate that, you know, there are people who are sincere in their enjoyment of this film, and just kind of like it's good, not plain. It's very grotesque and brutal, but you know, it's just good, just fun action.
And you know, a lot of those fatalities were actually practical effects. Like the buzzsaw, the Kano buzzsaw. Most of that was real blood.
Hell
It would like splatter all everybody.
Well,
And
real blood?
well, like real liquid.
They killed that asterisk. It was a snuff film.
I was like, holy shit, this is like all real. I mean, not real, but this was no CG involved.
It was practical
brutal
effect.
as fuck, and it looked rad.
Apparently,
as
a
hell.
crew member threw up. Because
it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't the people who have to like make the fatalities in the Mortal Kombat games, they make them like look at some of the most brutal, disgusting shit?
There's definitely some people who work on the Mortal Kombat games that have like PTSD because they've seen like actual like combat footage of people being like exploded and shot.
Well,
That's insane.
So like these are doing are the Mortal Kombat games ethically made? A discussion for a later date.
Do I appreciate them? Yes. Thank you.
Not only are they crunched for time in making games, they're also simultaneously traumatized.
All right, since we're like talking about, you know, how people feel about the movie, it's weird bringing him up again, but I have to call out Stuckman once again on his review of
I don't
Mortal
agree
Kombat.
with that.
I want to see if we have the same issue. Okay, he explains going in, as we said before, Chris Stuckman, he's like one of two YouTube personalities that review movies that I actually, you know, make a point to hear their opinions on.
He's about the only reviewer that I focus on in any medium.
Yeah.
Like, because he
Same.
seems honest enough in, you know, what he likes and dislikes, and he explains it well.
But he explains, he's like, again, like myself, not very familiar with the mythos and the story behind Mortal Kombat, but we have dabbled in the games and have had fun playing the games. So we knew what we were going in. We knew what we were expecting. We knew what we were going to get. And then he goes on to talk about how, but the thing is, like in some of these fight scenes, it's like these people aren't even acting hurt. Like they're getting like brutalized in so many ways and they're not acting hurt. And I'm just like, well, yeah, that's what fucking happens in the games. People's faces are literally getting shattered and they continue on fighting. Why? You knew what you were expecting, but then you complain about what you were expecting? I'm sorry. It boggles my
It's
mind.
like, do you point like literally there's points in the game where the X-ray you see, they're like organs burst or their bones shed, or like someone gets like stabbed through the face with like two knives and they pop right back up, and that's not a fatality. I mean, it's just like the rest of the mentality. They weren't selling for me.
Yeah, I that was my biggest issue with that too. He gave it a C, the movie a C+, which is too low. But to say that the fight scenes in Mortal Kombat didn't feel real enough, while dudes were getting hit with fireballs and throwing frisbee hats.
Yeah.
Like, I get what he's saying, that the punches never felt like they were real punches, but this is also a movie where a dude shoots a laser out of his eye.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, it's there's some shit that you're just going to have to fucking forgive because that's not the movie you're watching.
Yeah.
You know, that you can't. There are a lot of movies that I will absolutely say are dog shit. What you presented to me is terrible. You should feel bad for it. But there are a lot of movies where you're almost doing yourself a disservice for judging a movie for what it's not, as opposed to taking it for what it is and judging it that way.
And plus just sort of the whole general, like, making a mountain out of a molehill, like these sort of very small critiques and just sort of piling up and, quote, ruining the film. This, like, cinema sins mentality it's ruined a generation of people for movies.
Cinnamon Sins could fuck off.
Cinema sin. But, like, it just sort of gets back to the point, like, I don't know what people were expecting when they came to the film. Like, obviously everybody has, like, their own sort of interpretation of a property they grew up with, or they have a very fond attachment for it, and that's going to be different for every person. So I guess as someone who's on the outside looking in, I may not be able to like gather the nuances of how people appreciate Mortal Kombat or what they see in it. And each one of those things is, it's valid in the greater scheme of things. But I kind of feel like Mortal Kombat is just, silly story with that sort of excuse, propagates a fight, and that's sort of what happens, just brutal fight after the other. I mean, like, I don't really know what I'm missing that, people are fans are like, oh yeah, I realize it's dumb, and that's why I like it. I don't take it seriously.
It's like trying to judge a Jackie Chan movie because the story's bad. Like,
it's
early
like
Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah, that's not what you're watching the movie for.
No. It's like Legend of Drunken Master, also known as Drunken Master 2. The story left a lot to be desired. Fuck you. You're watching it for Jackie Chan doing cool shit.
Like someone just
all of his own cool shit for the most part.
Yeah.
Like someone just watches a Jackie Chan movie, but they cut out all the action, so it's just all the stuff in the middle. It's like that's how you really enjoy
No,
it.
it really.
God, fucking Police Story would be a weird fucking movie. It's just fucking Jackie Chan being a misogynist
I
for
feel
about 30 minutes.
I feel like that's kind of like the whole bit of like Garfield without Garfield. Like someone just. It's like someone just takes like action films and cut out all the action, and like that's the bit.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, no.
Like that's like a El Cheapo fucking YouTube idea. Just like editing movies that way. If you could get past copyright.
I mean, hell, if it hasn't been done already.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, probably so. If we're being honest.
I mean, hell, we watched a video earlier this week of the 1966 Batman thing with with the man cut out.
It's literally bat. And then there was another one.
It was the DuckTales. With the
DuckTales,
tails
but it was
removed.
just
and
duck.
duck. Woo! That was the first one you showed me. Then you did the Batman one, and I lost my fucking mind. It was great.
Well, random aside, I was on Letterboxd sort of looking through the other day. And apparently, there's a popular list, or it's getting popular, and its title is "DuckTales is Misogynist Apologies."
What?
It's like
Fucking DuckTales is is sexism apology.
apparently, but it has to be a bit. But I don't know what the thinking is. Like,
What are the movies in this fucking list?
I'll look it up. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
I think we're done with the Mortal Kombat.
Well, okay, we'll go
Are
to
we
the,
done with the Mortal Kombat?
well, if we're done with the movie, we'll go to the final bit, is where we recast Mortal Kombat with like Academy Award winning actors. Like, for instance, Anthony Hopkins is Raiden.
Oh, I was going to say that earlier. God damn it.
But no, what would be better would be Jeff Bridges as Raiden.
No, I've got one better than that. Jeff Goldblum as Raiden. Yes, Liu Kang.
Oh no, I was wrong. DuckTales was Holocaust denial.
What?
What?
How is that worse than the first thing you said? I hate it. Like, oh my God, what?
We might just cut that part out. But apparently, it's just like Wes Anderson films and Monster University. DuckTales doesn't come involved at all. Not even the DuckTales movie.
Okay. Since we're just like fan casting and whatnot, I'm going to go with the alive or dead scenario. And since it kind of comes full circle, let's cast Chris Farley as Raiden.
I mean,
Okay. Yes.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yes.
Chris Farley's Raiden, and you bring back Robin Chow as Liu Kang.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Yes.
I love it.
I will watch that fucking movie.
And
And
also-
none of you can tell me you wouldn't.
I love that movie. I did a
Well, I was
drawing.
mostly talking to the listeners.
Oh, yeah,
None
no,
of you
fuck
can
this.
fucking tell me
Also, you remember the bad guy in Beverly Hills Ninja, his sidekick with a goatee and a weird bowl cut?
that. God, it's been so long.
That dude played Reptile in the first Mortal Kombat.
Oh, see? We
Boom.
could just get everybody from those two movies and just make a new movie.
Yeah, just fan cast Mortal Kombat. Get the 95 cast.
And they're all like decrepit.
Or what if we switch the cast of Mortal Kombat and the 94 Street Fighter? Jean-Claude Van Damme is Raiden.
All right.
Ah.
All right.
Kylie Minogue is Johnny Cage.
Oh, we didn't talk about the fucking, like, what was it, the post-credit scene? Or was it just the end of the movie?
That was just the end of the
It was
movie.
just the end of the movie.
When they were
And
just
what's
like-
funny is, going back, that poster is visible in the opening scene where Cole Young is in
I
the...
saw it. I was like, it's a thing. I get that reference.
Yeah.
But now he has the dragon mark, though.
Yeah.
It keeps popping up in scenes. They have to get the makeup ladies to take care of it all the time.
Is it sad that I thought he was about to say, but now he has the Dragon Balls?
Why are you thinking of dragon's testicles?
I love Dragon Ball. I watch Dragon Ball Z a lot.
Oh, I was going to ask Jim. We were talking about Johnny Cage. What do you think of the WWE wrestler The Miz trying to insert himself as Johnny Cage?
I'm so down.
Fucking do it!
Do it.
Oh my God, why not? The Miz is
He's
literally
perfect.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah, he's already Johnny
literally
Cage.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah, like half of his personality is modeled after Johnny Cage.
Like, why
the
not?
other half is modeled after Johnny Cage.
So many.
Okay, so if we're fan casting wrestlers as Mortal Kombat characters,
Sure.
I suggest Shao Kahn be played by Marco Stunt.
You know what?
Incredible.
We were going in the same vein. I was going to say Rey Mysterio as Shao Kahn.
or Marco Stunt and Luchasaurus as that tandem character in the later Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Ferrator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Luchasaurus could be Reptile.
Oh man, you see, I was about to cast my reptile.
Who's that?
I was going to be like, hey, Gangrel, what's up? We're going to paint you green and put scales on you. You're
He
gonna be
already has the
Reptile.
fangs.
You know what?
He does.
We get the stunt performer, the Lizard Man, to play Reptile. What is he up to?
Big E is Jax.
Yeah. Oh, no. Jax is played by all three members of the New Day on each other's shoulders.
They just, the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus it, and each of them play it. Dude, no, that's
They're-
bad. Don't do
they're-
that.
They're Goro. All three of them on each other's shoulders, and they're Goro. That would be the best.
Oh, man.
We could have John Cena play Reptile. Invisibility.
Ah.
Can't see him.
I guess one of the Iconics would play Kano.
Yeah, I mean, just
You gotta be joking me.
just do
Don't
the,
get me started. Why did I bring that up?
That's a good bit. We're
have
keeping
both
that.
of them play Kano. Just different scenes they switch out for no good reason.
No, I was just talking about the fact that, like, I guess I'm the one who has all the swords pointed at me when I'm like, I don't think the Iconics were that great.
Well, I mean, you're wrong, but it's cool.
No, I'm very right. It was stupid. It didn't work.
It worked really well.
That's why they both got fired.
They both got fired because WWE can't manage
WWE's
talent.
a terrible company.
They
That's not
fired
why
Mickey
got fired.
James. He's with them for years.
I'm just saying, I didn't get it.
No, that's fair.
And Billy Kay was the worst of the two.
I mean, she was the funniest, but she
She was the
worst
funniest of the
worker.
two.
Yeah.
Peyton Royce was the better,
me.
she's funny. And Peyton Royce was the better talker, like straightforward talker.
What if we get Samoa Joe as Shao Kahn?
Samoa Joe or
Or we
Shao
get
Kahn.
Samoa Joe as a Honda in our Street Fighter movie.
In the Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter movie crossover that we're pitching.
I want Marco Stunt as E Honda. That'd be even funnier.
Oh, that would be fucking fantastic.
Just to make Justin happy, we're going to cast Nightwolf with Jason Momoa.
Fuck you.
We're putting him in.
Nope.
Nightwolf is going to be
Well,
a
that
full
wouldn't
Asian
work
character.
because he's Hawaiian, not indigenous.
When has that stopped Hollywood ever?
I mean, but we're trying to
We're trying to be more PC,
Well,
goddammit.
look, if we're going full WWE, there's only one person who can play Nightwolf, and that's WWE legend Tatanka.
Tatanka, yeah.
well, yeah.
Oh my God, we got to clip that and send it to
Jesus Christ,
to
that
fucking-
was
Yeah,
that was a
Tatanka.
wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he was.
Also, I'm pretty sure he was Italian. Before you ask, let me look that up.
Well, Mickey James is in the Native American Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because she's partly indigenous in some capacity.
Yeah, no, she is. That's why she dresses up like it.
Tatanka.
Yeah.
God damn it, Vince. Why
Let's
do you
see.
have to be such a white dude?
All right.
I like my steak well done with ketchup.
Okay, so apparently Tatanka was actually at least partly indigenous.
Okay.
So it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
Welcome to the Tatanka podcast, everyone.
Tatanka.
He was part of the Lumbee tribe. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, that was him. Now he was very, very un-PC in how he dressed. Also,
I can imagine it.
He
with
turned on
WWE in the past being stupid and sensitive.
he also turned on Lex Luger and joined the $1 Million Man because money.
Yeah. So Macho Man, he has to be riding. He needs a crack at being riding too in this universe.
Like Raiden is just like a rotating cast of actors.
I want Macho
where
Man
it depends on what shot he's in.
I want Macho Man as Scorpion. Just so I can hear him say, yeah, I was like, get over here.
Get over, yeah.
I'm coming for you, Sub-Zero. Get over here.
We have
Killed Miss Elizabeth, yeah. You killed my family, yeah.
Get over here, macho maniacs.
Yeah, Lex Luger, I'm coming for you.
Macho Man is Scorpion, Glacier is Sub-Zero.
Oh, get Hogan as Sub-Zero.
Oh, now I don't want Hogan, even as a bit.
Even as a bit, no thank you.
God, we would get him like one day, and then his racist ass would say the N-word, and then we'd be like, "What the fuck?"
We have to scrap the entire production.
It's like
now.
It's just like we set the fucking studio on fire.
Because, like, even for what it is, I love how, you know, that little clip going around of this kid going to Hulk Hogan's shop while he's there and, like, cutting a promo on him. And, you know, it's wholesome and, you know, cute for the kid. But then you got to remember, it's Hulk Hogan. And then that shot at WrestleMania where the entire fucking place booed him out of the building.
Just incredible.
Yeah. It
All
was
right. Well, in that case, we get Steamboat to be Sub-Zero, and the fight between Macho Man Scorpion and Ricky Sub-Zero Steamboat is just their WrestleMania 3 match. But they're in costume.
Yes, just...
And then you add special effects.
Yes.
I'm down for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
or would Ricky Steamboat be Liu Kang?
He would make a good Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Because he had the red bandana, or red headband.
Yeah, no, he did. Huh. Well, we can make Jake the Snake Sub-Zero. That's another classic rivalry.
I'm also liking the idea of Undertaker being Kung Lao. Like he only throws the hat, but he can't because he can't move fast at all. I mean, you also can say the Undertaker being righted because of electricity.
Yeah.
Or I was thinking maybe Shang Tsung because he's undead and
He takes souls, all right.
Yeah, that's true.
Taking souls and digging holes.
But for Kung Lao, he does already have the giant Doug Dimmadome hat.
Yeah.
Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. How may I take your order?
Doug Dimmadome over the Dimsdale Dimmadome?
But his Doug Dimmadome would be like verticality. It would be
It's
like
horizontal.
radius.
Wide ass brim.
Brim. It's like a beach umbrella. But also, I did find out that the guy who played Raiden in this movie played Hogan the Grim in the Thor movies.
Oh, did he?
Oh.
I knew he sounded familiar.
Apparently, it's the first time Raiden was played by an actual Asian man in a movie.
Look, just because it was first played by, I'm pretty sure he's Belgian, Christopher Lambert, and then straight up American white dude in the next one.
Because European white and American white are different.
I mean, yeah. I guess we're getting technical. Kano wasn't originally Australian.
He was made Australian after the fact.
Yep.
Yeah, and the dude who played him in that movie wasn't Australian.
Really?
He was English, and he faked being Australian the entirety of his career, and his family had no fucking clue why.
Look how regular the guy who plays Kano looks outside of Kano.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a normal
Barely
person.
looks like him. Yeah.
He looks like he's never seen a pussy in his life.
Or a bussy.
Or a bussy, depending on which team he bats for.
Okay, Christopher Lambert was technically born in America, but was the son of French diplomats.
Oh, okay.
So a Frenchman, and then just a standard white dude played Raiden.
There you go.
But yeah, no, they turned Kano Australian because of the dude in the movie, and he wasn't even Australian. And his last role before he died was
We're talking
Pirates
about
of
the
the
original Kano, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant
No,
this guy.
that dude's the new one's Australian.
Right on.
But no, the first guy who was also in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Really?
Yeah, he was the one with the bombs in the street scene that gets hit into a window by the giant sign while Will Turner's escaping.
Yeah, I
You
can't.
just said a
Pirates
bunch of
movies.
things for a movie I've not seen since I was 10.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a very specific minor character and a franchise I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah. Well, the original dude's name was Trevor Goddard, and he was English, and he pretended to be Australian.
And look, we know the impact he made.
Yeah.
He like woke up every morning. He's like, it's showtime,
Morty,
and just like go out.
Morty, we gotta go to Bendigo. We gotta go to Bendigo, Morty.
We gotta get my cube.
We gotta get the cube.
You gotta be joking me.
You gotta be joking me, Morty.
I'm
We gotta go to Bush World, Morty.
this is how I feel.
Hey, Kayla!
Hey, Taylor.
I'm getting like feelings.
You
Like,
got a journalism for that?
you know, at
We
work.
going down to the Bogan
You know, at work when
to
they
get me cube.
when they talk about football, and I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna zone out and do work things.
Same. Yeah, for sure.
I can't do that here. I can't prep food.
Hey, I
Why-
was saying iconic stuff too, Shim.
Yeah, they're at the end, but there's a whole, felt like 45 minutes of other stuff you two were screeching.
We going to Bendigo to get me cube.
That's the shit. We talk about wrestling so much on this show. Everyone listening is like, what the fuck? They don't watch that shit.
Well, they should.
Yes.
You know what else?
AEW Dynamite, Wednesday night at 7 on TNT.
And get ready because we are getting so close to blood and guts.
So close. It's gonna be
Very
a good time.
apropos considering the content of this film. Lots of blood and guts.
Yes, it's going to
Yep.
be Mortal Kombat
And because,
for
like,
real in a double cage.
Jericho is Raiden. Oh, wouldn't that be
when
fun?
he comes out with Judas playing in like a lightning storm.
Wardlow is Goro.
Yep. Wardlow with Marco Stunt on his shoulders is Goro.
Oh my god. Orange.
So would that make the Murder Hawk fucking Kintaro?
Yeah, may as well.
You know what? Fuck it. I want Orange Cassidy as Scorpion.
I mean, kind of on the nose one, you know, Orange Cassidy being Johnny
Like
Cage.
imagine him. He like throws the chain blade weapon and it just goes and just falls on the ground. Doesn't like go all the way.
Because he doesn't
kicks
even
it.
throw it. It's just when he's doing the thumbs up, it comes out. Just,
Like it just sort of lightly falls out of his
He's like,
sleeve.
he's like, hey, you come over here. Yeah. You.
And then he just
come
like,
here. Come here. No, come here. No, come here.
It's like a scene in the Pink of Disney. Come here. I'm going to stab you. No, we're not going over there. No. Why would we do that?
However, this movie did get a 0 out of 10 because it did not have mocap.
That should have been the. Why couldn't they? You didn't need a fucking like OC character. You could have just brought in mocap to be that.
Or meat.
Or meat. Yeah, meat.
Meat. God damn it.
Like, I'm looking
But-
at some of the like D-tier Mortal Kombat
But
characters.
would the Pretty Mean Sisters be downloadable content?
Yeah.
Did I just?
Yeah.
I
There's
just-
a fucking centaur.
Did I
in-
just open a part of your
Apparently.
brain that's been locked up for fucking decades?
A
now?
while. Yeah.
You know
Oh, yeah.
what?
The Centaur was in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
See, since we moved chairs, I'm not on the screen side anymore. I don't know what's happening.
Well, I mean, I don't know why they're looking shit up on the screen for this audio-only podcast.
Look, here at AYCH, we never let audio bits stop us from having a good time.
Well, yes,
You
the
know what,
Centaur was in Annihilation, and Jax punched him in the tummy.
Roll Tide.
Yep.
This movie definitely needed more Bo Raicho.
No, it needed less Bo Raicho. The fact that they mentioned Bo Raicho upset me.
And all I wanted.
I'm sorry, I want Bo Raicho.
sorry.
See, our version of Bo Raicho, he wouldn't puke everywhere. He would just be shitting.
And then when he turns around, he's like, I shit.
And also 0 out of 10 because even though he wasn't in the movie, I just wanted somebody's sunglasses to get broken and them to say, those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
If that's not referenced the next time they do the movie and we have Johnny Cage, I'm going to be mad.
As the Miz, because if it's not the Miz, I'm not I'm not giving them any of my money.
Yeah, no,
There,
Miz
I
would be
said it.
perfect. They got Ronda Rousey to voice Sonya in the game. Get Miz to play Johnny Cage in the movie.
Yes, and has Ed Boon say like, wow, he has a pretty good case.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he retweeted it, yeah.
do it. Do it.
Do it, you cowards.
Yep.
I have terrible indigestion.
Yeah. What did Otto think of Mortal Kombat? We haven't asked him.
He liked it. He thought it was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
High five. Or
high eight. I think we're coming up on the end here. So, final thoughts for Mortal Kombat 2021. Recommendation for anyone who hasn't seen it. Would you tell some people to go out of their way to watch it?
Depends on who the person is. Like, I mean, if I feel like they'd enjoy it, I'd recommend it to them. I mean, granted, they'd probably already watched it by now, since it's on like a streaming service.
Well, I mean, I would definitely recommend it if it was, to anyone like me who actually grew up with the original 2 films that came out. Get some old nostalgia brewing by watching the new hotness based off the old hotness, or this reformatted new hotness. But like I said, I was never really, fully like emotionally attached to the games. Although having fun playing them with friends is always a good time. This movie, I enjoyed it. If you want a fun action movie that, in more ways than not, pays true to what Mortal Kombat is as a franchise, then yeah, it's a good time.
Jim?
Fuck yes, I'd recommend it. In the words of celebrated indie wrestler Warhorse, it rules ass.
It rules ass.
It's awesome. It's fucking Mortal Kombat. Like, you just look at the trailer and then go watch it. Watch the full thing. It's great. Just turn off your brain and watch people beat the shit out of each other and make silly quips. Like, if you don't like this, you don't like fun.
You heard it here. We think it's fun. The hottest take we could possibly give in
Boom,
this
it's
environment.
Said, if you hate this movie, you hate fun. And you canceled.
Exactly.
Fucking buzzkill, and you're a snitch.
Pat, would you recommend this movie?
I certainly will, because I had a good time.
Good.
Because I am a jovial fellow who enjoys a rousing good time with my friends and companions. And if you like yelling at crazy, wacky shit, I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good group watch, too, as we all watched it with a very sizable group.
Yeah.
With lots of hooting and hollering.
Lots of hooting and hollering.
A little bit of snoring, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, someone basically conked out in the middle of this.
Yeah, he was just like a light.
It wasn't like he had the second dose of the vaccine that day or anything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, though, I had it like 2 days before, and it was fine.
I had the same day, too.
It's
We
like-
had 4 people in one go who got
Yeah.
the second shot.
So ain't no damn excuse.
Yeah,
I don't want to fucking hear it.
I didn't.
As someone who, there's a reason why I wasn't on that last episode.
That's right. If you're listening to this the day it releases as planned, then tomorrow's episode should be interesting for you on Caging Greatness. It's what we're calling Straight Shooting. Straight Shoot! Because it's a random bullshit episode because Jonathan was incapacitated and unable to record because he got the second dose. And poor Jonathan, he had it worse than anybody I know of. I really did feel bad for him. And it was only after he felt better that I kept making the joke that I was fine because I was built different. Because I do TikTok.
and then he crushed an egg between his arms.
And I about flicked you in the nuts multiple times.
Yes, multiple times. But again, only because you felt better by that point. I felt terrible for you when you were sick.
Yeah, I was just anticipating the worst. Like, I actually had, the weekend off because of this. I mean, I'm normally off Sundays already, so I basically just had Friday and Saturday and my normal day off plus. And, I was anticipating the worst, and once my arm stopped hurting and my ears kept getting hot, but other than that, fever-wise, anything-wise, I was just like, holy shit. I had no excuse when I showed up to work. I was just like, they're going to ask how I was and whatnot. You got a whole weekend off. I was like, guess what? I felt fine. It was 3 days away from this fucking place. I'll take it.
I was very tired. The day I got it, I was fine for most of it because I got my shot, went straight to work, and then it wasn't about until 6 o'clock-ish, about an hour before we closed at the shop, that I hit a fucking wall. I was like, bedtime. But then after I slept that night, I was fine.
Yeah. I guess anything, all things considered, the first shot, even though it wasn't that bad, I had a few more side effects with the first shot than the second one.
Yeah.
Slight queasiness,
And
cold sweats coming out of nowhere.
gonna
But
make
then
you
after
out
those
to a cold sweat.
After those subsided, I was like, it was weird. I felt fantastic.
Yeah, I felt
like
pretty
my
good too,
innards. Right? Oh dear.
Something crashed upstairs.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about.
I think we'll call that the wrap-up signal.
Yeah.
But anyway, bottom line, we all enjoyed Mortal Kombat, and we hope you enjoyed it too. It's okay if you didn't, but we think you'll have a good time if you just sort of clear your mind and just let the movie happen in front of you. But thank you all for listening today. The AYCH audience and the Cajun Greatness, we thank you, all of you, because you're the same people.
We are a family.
Much like the host, the Venn diagram is a circle for the audience.
Giant tree. Don't sue us.
But thank you all so much for listening today. You can follow us on wherever podcasts are found. You can on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Spotify, and any RSS feed catcher out there. Be sure to like, rate, use, and subscribe on all those platforms. It helps us out, keeps us visible, puts us high in the algorithm, and of course, we always appreciate you when you do it. You can follow AYCH on Twitter and Instagram at AYCH Podcast. Letterboxd and Facebook at AllYouCanHear, Twitch at twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear, and YouTube, which is also at AllYouCanHear. But where could you find Cajun Greatness?
Everywhere. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on the podcast networks. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Instagram. Anywhere that you can search for Cajun Greatness, we're going to be there. And all of those places also have a link tree linking to the rest of our shit. Besides, if you're listening to this, you probably already know about us and you don't need help finding us. But, if you do, we're there.
Yeah, because every episode is somebody's first.
Yeah, sure.
Which is why we will mention that if you're listening to this the day it comes out, April 28th, tomorrow, Thursday, April 29th, will be the Cajun Greatness Straight Shooting.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
Which is essentially a 2.5-hour banner session with your pals from Cajun Greatness. Just shooting the shit and have the good time. And then over on the AYCH feed, Friday, April 30th, you can listen to AYCH discuss the spring anime season, where we discuss 7 brand new debut anime series from the spring, and we give you our thoughts and feelings of what you may be considered looking into if you're an anime fan. And lastly, you can follow me, Patrick, on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name, and my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
My name is Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter at JONIIBOY24 and JohnOwnSon12 on Letterboxd.
It is Canon. I am That Canon Guy. You can find me at That Canon Guy on Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd.
I'm Justin, also known as Captain Shimmy. You can find me at Captain Shimmy's Kinda Art, Captain Shimmy's Almost Music, Captain Shimmy just in general. Also at the comic strip here in Tuscaloosa on Hargrove Road. I'm there all the fucking time. So, yeah. Also, John, real quick, do that thing where you say your Twitter again, because it's so fucking impressive, where you spell it out.
Yeah, John, you get a bonus plug today.
I just want to hear it again. It makes me happy.
Oh, my name is Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter at JONIIBOY24.
Yeah.
I tried to replicate that for the thing coming out tomorrow. The straight shooting with the 3 of us, and when we called you, I tried to replicate. I couldn't fucking do it. Like, I looked at your Twitter handle, and I'm like, I don't know. How does he fucking do that?
I'm sitting there practicing in front of the bathroom mirror. I'm just like, hi, I am That Canon Guy. You can follow me at 8675309. I'm fuck shit.
Jenny, I got your number.
Oh no, what have I done?
All right. Thank you all so much for listening. You'll be hearing from us very soon. We'll be talking to you all very soon. Have a great time, and we'll see you all soon.
I shitted.
My pussy hurt.
I was like, who's going to say it? I was like, I want it to be me this time. All you can cage.
Corporate looky-loos.
I'm so sorry, Pat.
They can't hear you.
It's just screeching. I was just thinking 5-paragraph essay would suffice.
That seems inaccurate.
Goddamn, I have goddamn emphysema.
That was spot on.
AYCH network event.
All you can cage.
AYCH network event.
All you can cage.